What is up, everyone? It's Turkey572. Return a chance. Today's April 27th, 2023. We're going to hop on and do a quick market watch. So, the first card we're going to be talking about is personal spoofing. So, we did get some Altergeist support announced in Duelist Nexus, and most of the Altergeist stuff is pretty cheap. But I saw that personal spoofing was going up in price. For the super rare, we have commons available. For budget players, we have rares as well. But the personal spoofing super rare from the OTS tournament pack is actually going up in price and going low on listings. Currently, we only have 16 listings on the market, and listings start at $7, $7, $7.99, 8.25 is shipping, 8.26, 8.40, and 8.58. So we'll call it between like 7 to $8. We'll call it $9 with shipping. So $7 to $9 with shipping for personal spoofing super rares. But all the other Altergeist stuff seems to be pretty cheap. Let's take a look at that right now. Altergeist. Is that how you spell it? No, I spelled it wrong. Altergeist. Am I spelling it wrong? How do you spell it? Geist. Alter and then Geist. Okay. But yeah, everything else seems to be pretty cheap. We have like $1, $2. Everything's under like $2 if you do want to pick up this deck and test it out later on. Just the personal spoofing is the only one that I see going up. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about Altergeist. Performance Pal 5 Rainbow Magician is a tech being used to go against Super Heavy Samurais, because Super Heavy Samurais mostly run all monsters and they rarely run any cards they could set. So the pendulum effect of this one basically stops them. It says well, you cannot pendulum summon except from the extra deck. This effect cannot be negated. Each player applies one of these effects based on the number of set cards in their spell or trap card zone. And since they can't really set cards, they are locked into all monsters they control cannot attack or activate their effects. So it just basically shuts them down. And if you have 4 or more, the attack of all monsters they control become double their original attack. So yeah, rarely they're gonna have four set cards, so they could barely even get 1 set card if they're not playing any cards they could set. They're running Eccentric to get rid of like spell and trap card removal, so it's really gonna shut them down if you do play Performance Power 5 Rainbow Magician. It also has another effect, a monster effect says if either player sets a spell or trap on the field while this card is in your graveyard, you can play this card in Pendulum Zone. So even if this card is milled, and they play one of their their new pendulum monsters, you could bring this out and essentially just basically stop them. I think you could probably tech this in like a tier deck or something that mills and just get it back to the field as a little tech to go against them. But yeah, this card is getting bought out. It was at $1. It was under $1. We have that's offline probably. Yeah, it's offline. But we do have listing starting at $7.50 with shipping, $7.98, $7.99, $7.99, $8, $8.30, and going up to $8.57 on the first page. We have a wall right here with 27 copies and a wall right here with 14 copies. So we'll call it like around $8.50 for these. Let me know if you guys have these in bulk. I'm about to go check my bulk to see if I have these, because this is probably a card that's in there somewhere. Hopefully I do have some of these. If not, I might have to, depending on what deck I plan to play. I'm not really sure what I want to play next format when the Super Heavy Samurai stuff comes out. Right now, we have regionals coming up on Saturday, this Saturday, here in Pasadena. So I'm playing Tri-Brigade Sprites again. It's my last time to play them before they probably get hit on the ban list next week, sometime next week. So yeah, but let me know how you guys feel about Performance Power 5 Rainbow Magician. Where are Thar is one of those cards that players are thinking about playing in their purely decks next format. It looks like the super is getting bought out, only 15 listings available, but we do have commons. So we have a bunch of commons available for budget players. But if you want to play the higher rarity one, which is the super from OTS Tournament Pack 13, it will cost you, let's see, these were like under $1 back in March, and right now they're heading up to the price point of $5. That's basically $5. That's moderately played at $5. $6.95, $6.95, $6.98, $6.46. So they're almost climbing up and hitting the $8.48 mark on the first page. And we have no walls here, so yeah, these are probably gonna disappear off the market pretty soon. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, we have the second page going up to $10. But yeah, this is a tech they're using because it says if you control a face-up level 1 monster, add one level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of the turn, take 2 down damage if you did not normal summon the added monster or a card with that same name or after activating this card. So basically, this card lets you add if you do have a purely summon on the field, you just activate this and it lets you get a free, well, not free, you pay 2 down life points to get an effect veiler. And I think you can also add Joe and Lockbird to the hand if I'm not mistaken. That's a level 1 as well, right? Yeah, you could also add Joe and Lockbird to your hand with this. So yeah, that's a tech that players are thinking about using next format. Let me know if you guys think it's gonna stick around or people are gonna be maining this, or is it just hype for purely stuff at the moment? So I try not to talk about higher rarity stuff on the channel because I try to focus on things that I could afford. These are usually like way out of my budget. But it looks like Firewall Dragon. It used to be cheap. It used to be like around $40 back in January. But we do have like new, I guess, code talker support or something like that. We have a new Firewall Dragon coming out in Cyberstorm Axis next week. So I think people are just picking these up and getting ready. Maybe they want to use this and trying to link up because I think the new Firewall Dragon is a Link 5 that's in Cyberstorm Axis. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But yeah, it looks like it's been going up consistently the past couple months. And we have our first copy at 45-ish dollars for a Spanish one. Then they head up to the 54.49, 54.49, and then start hitting the $60 mark and going up past the $60 mark on the first page. And on the second page they hit the 70s, 80s, 90s, and going up to 100. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this one up because it used to be a cheap ghost rare. No one was really touching it. It was, like I said, around $40 if you look at the graph back in January, February. But now it's heading up to that $50 to $60 mark with only 23 listings available on the market. But let me know how you guys feel about this ghost rare Firewall Dragon. We do have other like affordable versions of Firewall Dragon, rares. I think we have secret rare, and I think we have an ultra rare as well. But yeah, those are for my budget players if you want to go test it out. But for anyone else who wants to pick up these ghost rare, they are heading up in price. So with all the new branded support we have coming out in Cyberstorm Axis, I wanted to take a look at Guardian Chimera because it is one of those staples that they use and go into as a little disruption on your opponent's turn. Or they could do it on their turn if they're going second as well. But the ultra rares from Maze of Memories are at $9.50, $9.90, $9.98. $10, $10, $10, $10.09 with shipping. 128 listings on the market, so we still have copies available for that. And then the secret rare, looks like it took a dip down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we expected that because of the reprint. 120 listings on the market, and we have our first listing at $12.49, $12.78, $12.78, $12.80, $12.99, and $12.99 on the first page. And then we have the collector rare as well. Like I said, I don't really like taking a look at these, but I actually think this one might go up if branded does do good next format. I'm pretty sure this might hit maybe like the $80 mark, $90 mark. Currently they're at $64.90, $64.90, $64.98, $65.98, $65.99, and they're below $70. We'll call it around like $65 to $67 for the collector rare ones. But let me know how you guys feel about Guardian Chimera. I definitely think you guys should pick up your copies now, in case branded does do good and this card starts going up in price later. So I would rather just be safer than sorry and pick my copies up. I would go for the secret rare just because it's almost the same price as the ultra rare, and it probably has a higher chance of going up later on in value. So apparently Joe and Lockbird is coming back into the format. I was actually citing it in my side deck this past format for Kashtira's, and what else was I citing it for? I forgot what else, but I was citing it, and it does do pretty good because a lot of decks do add. We have, I think, Super Heavy Samurais add a bunch, and I know Pureleys are able to add and draw a lot. So people are trying to pick up their copies before Pureley does get here, and they are starting to go up in price. So we have the rares from Star Strike Blast. We have the recent Tactical Master rare reprints at $1.50ish, $2. Structure Deck Commons at $2. These maximum gold rares were at like below $4 and are now heading up to the price point of like $7-ish, $7.99, $7.99, $7.99, $7 870, 897, and 899. So they're heading up to that $9 price point for the gold rares. And no one really likes gold rares, which is surprising. But yeah, they're going up. We have the super rares that are way past the market price. These were sitting at around like $8 back in the middle of March. 29 listings on the market, and we have our first lightly played at 17.96. So basically $18, then 17.99, 17.99, 20, and 22.61 on the second page. So we'll call it like $20ish for these super rares. And what else do we have? What's the next budget affordable version? I guess the ultra rare, because then we have collector rares and ultimate rares, and obviously those are going to go up in price. But let's take a look at the ultra rare. These were sitting at around like $10ish back in February, and are now heading up to the price point of 17 plus 5, 18, 19, 21, $22 for the first moderately played listing. And then lightly played listing, my bad. $22 for the first lightly played listing. Then after that they hit $23.50 and $23.98, $23.99. So we'll call it like $24, $25 for the ultra rare. But yeah, they're starting to go up in price. If you do want to test this out, I would just go for the rares. Right here, the Tactical Masters one, because they're pretty cheap. Like I said, they were at like $1 and are now going up to the price point of $2.50, which is still pretty cheap because everything else is like $5 and higher and over. So definitely go for the rares if you do plan on picking up some Joel and Lockbirds to test out next format. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, we're going to be taking a look at again today. We took a look at it last week. It was around like $30 to $40. Looks like it's still maintaining around that price point. We have prices starting at $36.50, $36.99, $37.75, $38, $38.99, and $39.51 right there with shipping. So yeah, it's still maintaining that high price point. I actually regret not picking these up at that $17 price point. I was really hoping to pick these up at $12. I thought they were going to go down in price before they went up, but no, they stuck around that $17, $20 price point, and I missed out. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, and if you guys were able to pick up some copies early. Sekka's Light is actually limited at the moment, but I wanted to take a look at it because I heard that Super Heavy Samurais used to tech this card in their builds back when they were, I guess, dominating the meta. This was before I started playing again. So Sekka's Light, the secret rare, it was at like under $1, but it looks like it started to pick up in price a little bit. Currently we have 42 listings on the market for these secret rares, and we have $2, $3, $3, $3, $2 with shipping, $2.18 with shipping, $2.25, $2.39, and $2.40 on the first page. We do have other budget versions, I guess more budget versions, super rares and rares, but I definitely would think picking up the prismatic secret rares is a good buy just in case it does come off the list. You never know what Konami might do, but picking these up at like $1 or $2 isn't too much of a risk. But if you do miss the mark later on and they start going up, you do have super rares and rares to pick up if you do want to test them out. Black Metal Dragon I saw was going up in price when I was doing inventory and going low on listings. We do have a bunch of commons available for my budget players, so you don't have to pick up the super rares because they are pretty high up in price. It looks like these were at $10 and head up to $11 and then started going up again. Currently we have listings starting at $13.98, $13.97, $13.97, $16.95, $16.99, $18.95, and $19.99 on the first page. So almost hitting that $20 mark for these super rares. It says if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand. So you can add Red Eyes Fusion, or you could add I know Dragon Link used to tech this card as a starter because it lets you link it away into Striker Dragon, and then you could add Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon with this as well. But let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about Black Metal Dragon. Do you guys think hype is just pushing this up at the moment, or this card is going to stick around that $20 price, has potential to stick around that $20 price point later on? So on our last market watch, we actually took a look at Misa Ya, and it was around like $3ish, up from its dollar price point, but it looks like today it's going up even further in price. 42 listings on the market, and we have listings starting at $6 shipping right there, $6, $5 shipping, $5.24, $5.24, $5.23, $5.24. So like $5-ish, and then on the second page they start hitting the $5.50 price point. So yeah, they did go up a little bit higher. I actually don't really like Misaya as a tech, but let me know how you guys feel about Misaya being a tech this next format. I know I heard people saying that this is a good tech against Purely because it doesn't let them attach their spell cards from their graveyard to their XC, since they're going to be banished. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I honestly think there's better cards you could use, but I could be wrong, and this card goes up even higher next when we do get into the next format. It looks like Spellbound is being looked at as a tech for next format. It says all face-up monster your opponent currently controls cannot be tributed or used as material for fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon until the end of this turn. These used to be at a high price point of like $15-ish upon, like, I guess pre-release release, and then they started to go down because we were still in tier format, and tiers didn't really use cards on the field to fusion summon. They mostly use the graveyard, so this card went down in price, hitting the like $5 price point. But it looks like now we see them going up in price. 83 listings on the market, and currently we have listings starting at 750, 750, 751, 751, 770, 790, 799, and I guess hitting the $8 price point on like the first and second page. But let me know how you guys feel about Spellbound being tech. It's kind of like a Dimensional Barrier. I still like Dimensional Barrier better than this because Dimensional Barrier affects like your opponent for the whole turn, not just like the monsters on the field. So that's why I like it better. But I guess this could have its uses next format. But like I said, let me know how you guys feel about Spellbound. And the last card on today's Market Watch is going to be Tyler the Great Warrior, up on eBay for auction still. 2 days left for biddings. I actually saw this card hit over $1 million yesterday, but eBay took off that bid because it was illegitimate, meaning it wasn't real, or it was a fake account or something. But it looks like the bid right now is at $161,500. And like I said, we still have 2 days left. I'm really curious to see what this card will sell at in a couple of days. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on Tyler the Great Warrior and what price point you think it's going to sell at. Do you guys think it's going to hit the $200,000, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million price point? For me, I think this card will probably sell at like the $250,000 price point, but I'm just like, I guess, overestimating because I didn't think this card was going to hit $100,000 first, but now that I'm seeing it, I'm thinking it could have a chance at that $200,000, $250,000 price point. But that's gonna be it for today's Market Watch. Let me know how you guys feel about the Market Watch down in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Return Chance. This is Ricky572, and we'll see you guys next time.